Hello, thank you for using our power supply from TechnoSource. This video highlights how to troubleshoot specific aspects of the power supply. We will provide what actions can be carried out to solve the issue. Some of the actions will require a basic multimeter. Indication 1. The power supply does not switch on. Here, there is no light on any of the indicators. The cause is probably that the mains supply is not available to the power supply. The suggested action is to check the 230 volts mains supply. To do this, you can use a multimeter set to read alternating voltage. If there is no voltage seen on the mains supply, please inform the technical team in your organization. If there is adequate voltage seen on the mains, that is between 220 to 240 volts, then check if the wire connecting the power supply to the mains is intact. This can be done using the multimeter set to continuity testing. Connect the two probes of the multimeter in the fashion shown here and check for continuity. If there is a problem with the mains cord, please change the cord and try again. Another reason for the power supply to not switch on is when the fuse is blown. In this condition, the illuminated main switch will be lit but no other indicator will be on. To solve this issue, switch off the power supply, open the fuse holder as shown and check the fuse. The wire on the fuse should be intact. If not, replace it with an appropriate fuse. 5 mm 1.5 amps is what the power supply needs. And replace this only once. If the fuse blows immediately, do not replace it again. This would be indicative of a larger underlying problem. Contact us if this occurs. Indication 2. Instrument is on but no display is on. If the mains switch light is on and the light on CV or CC indicator is on, but both or one of the displays are off, this means that the power to the displays has been cut due to a defective circuit or defective wiring, or that the display has developed a problem. Please contact us to have this issue resolved. Indication 3. Instruments and displays are on, but both displays show 0. You can see here that the mains light switch is on, the light on CV is on, and both displays are on, but both displays show 0, and when both knobs are rotated, displays do not change. The most probable cause for this is that the pause resume switch has been set to pause. You can flip it to resume and the displays should show some values. If this does not happen, most probable cause would be a defective pause or resume switch. This would have to be replaced by us. The other reason for the displays to show 0 is that the voltage and current knobs are not adjusted. Turn both knobs counterclockwise. To adjust in CV mode, turn the current knob clockwise till the end. Now adjust the voltage knob to the desired voltage. To adjust in CC mode, turn both knobs counterclockwise. Attach a load. Then adjust the voltage knob clockwise till the end. Now adjust the current knob to the desired current. If you do not have an instrument to connect, you can also use our power supply test box. You can procure one from us by writing to sales@technosource.in. Indication 4. Instrument is on but current display shows 0. In this, the main switch is illuminated. The light on CV or CC indicator is on and both displays are on. The voltage display shows desired voltage but current display shows 0. This can happen due to 8 common reasons. Cause 1. No load connected. that is, no apparatus is connected. Connect a test box or connect any apparatus with the appropriate buffer. Turn the current knob fully clockwise. If using the test box, follow instructions on the box. Or if you're using an apparatus, then set the voltage using the voltage knob to the desired value. Cause number 2. Cathode and anode are not connected to the right output terminals. Remove and reinsert the cords to the power supply and to the apparatus in the correct orientation, that is red to red and black to black. Cause number 3. Electrical connecting cords are not properly inserted. Remove and reinsert the electrical connecting cords properly. Make sure there's a tight fit between the male connectors and female connectors. Cause number 4. The connecting cords are damaged. Remove the electrical connecting cords from the power supply and the instrument. Using a multimeter set to check connectivity, insert the probes on both ends of the same cord. It should show full connectivity. If the cords are damaged, use new cords. Cause number 5. Low level of buffer in the apparatus. If using an apparatus, check whether the level of the buffer is correct and whether bubbles are appearing on the electrodes. If not proper, raise the level of buffer in the apparatus such that the circuit is formed. If this does not solve the issue, use another apparatus. Cause number 6. Wrong composition of the buffer. This is one of the most common causes for the current reading showing 00. Check and recheck the buffer composition. An alternative for testing is to use distilled water instead of a buffer and then slowly add a NaCl solution to the buffer tank. Cause number 7. Oxidation or deposit formation on the contact terminals of the electrophoresis apparatus. Disconnect the instrument. Clean the terminals using a slightly abrasive material. Reconnect the instrument and try again. Cause number 8. A defective control circuit or transformer issue. Disconnect any apparatus if connected to the power supply. Check if voltage can be set over the full range. If OK, then connect the load and rotate the current knob slowly clockwise. If you do not get expected results, remove the buffer from the tank. Add distilled water instead of the buffer and then slowly add a NaCl solution to the buffer tank. The current value on the display should rise in proportion to the NaCl being added. If this is not the case, contact us at sales@technosource.in. This concludes the section on what to do if current values stay at 0. Indication 5. Cannot set voltage to a desired value. This happens when there are high current values exceeding the limit that is set or the capacity of the power supply, due to which the power supply has switched to the CC mode. This can be confirmed by checking if the LED indicator for CC is lit up. Make sure the current knob is turned fully clockwise. If yes, then check the buffer level and the buffer composition. If both are correct, then you will need another power supply with higher current ratings. You can check our website link. Cannot set current to desired value. This happens when there are high voltage values exceeding the limit that is set or the capacity of the power supply, due to which the power supply has switched to the CV mode. This can be confirmed by checking if the LED indicator for CV is lit up. Make sure the voltage knob is turned fully clockwise. If yes, then check the buffer level and the buffer composition. If both are correct, then you will need another power supply with higher voltage ratings. Indication 7. Timer does not switch on. In this condition, the power supply is working fine, but only the timer does not come on. This can occur either when the timer switch is defective or the timer itself is defunct. Please contact us to solve this issue. Indication 8. Timer is on but difficulty in setting the time as the timer switches are faulty. Try pressing the timer switches using a hard, flat, blunt object such as the non-usable end of a pencil. Alternatively, the timer can be replaced by us or sent by us to be replaced by your personnel at a minor cost. Indication 9. The timer is not functioning as required. In this condition, the timer switches are fine, but the timer is not behaving as expected. Read the manual carefully. If you are still unable to get the timer functional correctly, then press the set and program buttons together for 3 seconds to enter the menu. Press set 5 times to come to DFT, that's default. Press the program button once to change to yes. Escape out by pressing the set and program buttons together for 3 seconds. This has now put the timer to its default settings. We need to change the timing range again. Press the set and program buttons together for 3 seconds to enter the menu. Press set once and change the range to the desired one. For example, shown here is the hour and minute range. As you can see, the tiny red dots lighting at the corresponding positions. Press set. Exit menu by pressing set and program for 3 seconds. Now set the time. Here we click program for setting the hours, that is 2, the LCK and RST to set 11 minutes. Press set and then press the reset button. Here it is set for 2 hours and 11 minutes. Checking the voltage. After choosing the desired mode, that is CV or CC, connect to a multimeter set to read DC voltage. Check the reading. The readings should match. Checking the current. Set multimeter to read MA. Connect the power supply to the test box as shown here. Red connector from test box to power supply red terminal. Black connector from the test box goes to the multimeter red terminal. The multimeter black terminal goes to the power supply black terminal. And you'll see the MA should match.